Hello, this is Nobody No One, and today we're going to talk about the dodo bird. Now, I know I have made videos before on this, but one thing that keeps coming up is why do we keep talking about the dodo bird? It's just an extinct animal. Well, there's several reasons why. The dodo bird has always been blamed on humans, treating it bad, and that's no lie. We did treat this bird very bad. But what a lot of people don't understand is that this bird was a very strong bird. He or it came from a little island, and I believe it just laid one egg. And if you see its body, it's very, very open, so it was a huge egg, meaning that the chick was pretty big. They didn't come out small. So the question is, did humans have a part on the extinction? Yes, they did. There's no denying that humans did have. But the bird itself is not one of those birds that you can say to yourself, okay, this bird was going to survive, even if humans were never reached the island. This bird was really discovered by the Dutch. They were the ones who put everything in place. The year was 1598. The dodo bird was very, very recognized. It came out in books. There were coins. There were people who claimed they had it for a long time. Even after it became extinct, some people still claimed. But the truth about it is that this bird, I'm not going to go much on the history, but this bird is known for being just a one egg laying creature. And there's a lot of creatures that if humans had not played a part on, they would have already gone extinct. And some of them is, I believe it's called the kiwi, which is from New Zealand. I believe there's a parrot that only lays one egg. Now, if we would have known this, I'm pretty sure the dodo would have survived at least a little bit longer. Because the thing about the dodo bird is that even science claimed that it didn't exist. It had to be proven twice that it existed. Okay. So, how I said, the first recorded mention of the dodo was the Dutch sailors, which was 1598. In the following years, the bird was hunted by the sailors. Of course, invasive species, which always happens. Rats, pigs. The last widely accepted sighting of the dodo was 1662. But amazing or not, this was not just a weak little bird that would just die on you. This was a strong bird. Its bones very, very strong. It could survive long trips. It was known for being very big. Okay. They would put it in cages and it would survive the trips. So don't think that this bird was just some kind of little weakling. And don't think that it was just a dumb bird. I mean, this bird just never had any enemies. The island itself still doesn't have any enemies except for the species that have invaded it. Okay? So this one last bird that is believed that was extinct does have some good news coming up. Okay, and I don't know how to explain this. They have discovered some video. Well, not discovered some video. A person videoed some birds that were running that looked very much like the dodo bird. In 2003, a person claimed to have seen a dodo bird and that it walked the way it was described, and it looked very much like its pictures. Now the problem is that some of these islands, we cannot get to them, and if they do exist, it's better that we don't get to them, especially right now, because they only lay one egg. Now I'm not a mathematician, but according to many people, if one bird or two birds or three birds survived, they would still be at least in the 60s. There would not be that many, okay? And that's if they're strong, healthy, okay? So this one bird that we know as the dodo can be still alive. There are a lot of islands that they do not allow people to go to. They're protected, and really that's the end of it. So why are we still talking about the dodo bird? The dodo bird has been a very fascinating creature, okay? It was a big bird, about 3 feet. Some claim that it was 2.5. Okay, now here's the thing about it. Even with all the specimens that we have, we really don't know too much about the dodo bird. And amazing or not, most of science doesn't even want to look for the bird or even find out more about it. And there's a good reason for that. Number one, it's going to be like super hard to find this bird if we do go looking for it, okay? Number two is that if we do find the bird, unfortunately, we might destroy it accidentally again. So there's a very, like, I want to say very few people who actually want to look for this bird. And those who are looking for it would rather use cameras, those helicopter, I forgot the name of them, that fly over them. They would rather have something like this. So where do we stand? Well, the question is it really extinct? And right now we're going to go with yes, it is extinct. Even if there are a group of birds, they would be so low in number that it just wouldn't be good for us to even look for it. But there are people who believe that maybe this bird did survive. And there's good reason for it, because they're not letting us look for it, okay? There are some people who have claimed, they say that it walked funny, and it had like these very funny walks, which would have had it if you know the bone structure of the bird. So we really should be optimist on it. Of course, we're not giving up. We have the bones. We know its diet. We know where we can find it. We have to do it from long ways, but they are still looking for it. It is a bird that I would like for it to not be extinct. But unfortunately, most zoologists will tell you that this bird, even if we were to find it, chances are that it's going to go extinct again. It's a one egg laying bird, and those are hard to have. And then we don't know how it will work in ancestral regions, meaning that if both birds are from the same mothers, the same father, if they can expand. It would be more likely yes, but we just don't know. So this is Nobody No One. I hope you enjoy this little video of the dodo bird again. It's one of the most fascinating birds that you will ever meet. A lot of myths on it, a lot of facts on it, a lot of people who believe it still exists. A lot of people who believe that if we find it, it will probably go extinct again. So it's just a fascinating story if you want to learn more about it. This is Nobody No One. Thank you for listening to my video.